can't get through, because I got 15 people calling, you can't get through, call the office. They'll contact me by email. I'll call you back. As long as I get the message, I'll call you. Now, I want to introduce you again. Right now. This is the guy that's responsible for your kids all week, Ron Hudson. Stop talking. All right, fellas, here we go. We know what we're doing. Give me one clap. Stop paying attention. Be sharp. Be ready. Give me two claps. Now, that's what football is all about. As parents, I want you to understand what we're trying to do here is teach accountability. All right, you look around the field, you see brotherhood, you see tradition, you see pride. That is what we're trying to instill in these players. This is not an easy game. This is a tough game. If you're not tough, you're going to struggle. If you hang in there, you're going to make yourself tough. Give me one clap. Now, what should your eyes be doing right now, youngsters? Where should they be? Looking right at me, just like in the huddle. What are you going to look at in the huddle? You're going to look at the quarterback. When you're in the classroom, who are you going to look at? Teacher, exactly. When you're at home, when your parents are addressing you, what are you going to do? You're going to look them in the eye, right? Give me two claps. I want to make sure you're paying attention to this. This is what this camp is about. We're going to teach the fundamentals. That's what this is. It's fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. Because that's how you have to learn how to play this game, is by fundamentals. The bottom line is you can't play the game unless you understand how to play the game. And this starts with the fundamentals. I realize it's only words, but all we can do as coaches is put your son in a position to be accountable, to listen to what he's trying to get through to your son, to see your son now execute that fundamental. If he's doing it, then he's listening. Then he's accountable, then he'll see the success he has. We try to carry this on over into the dormitory. As James was talking about, taking a shower, taking your cleats off, putting the trays away. All right? Because right now, for a lot of you, this is the first time that your child has been away. Give me one clap. Pay attention. Where should your eyes be? Right at me, okay? That's what we want. All right? That's what you have to do in the huddle. You have to understand that. And I'm not standing up here trying to be this big all know-it-all inside the field, but that is what the nature of this game is. Because in the fourth quarter, when you're tired and you're hot, and you've got to listen then what to the quarterback, and he gets up under the center, and you're tired, and you haven't been totally accountable during that week of preparation, and he changes the play at the line of scrimmage, you now have to react instinctively of what you've been taught. You have to now understand the snap count now changes. You understand now you have to make line calls if you're an offensive lineman. Receivers, your route now starts to change. Quarterback has to recognize coverages in front. He has to now change the play, recognize how his reads now change. All right? And now the backs, if he changes it to protection, they have to understand how to do all this. It's an easy game. It's an easy game. No problem, right? But what it teaches you is it teaches you to be accountable. Right? That's what it's all about. All right? That is what this camp is. That is what we try to maintain. That's why this camp has been successful for 40 years. And that's why we hope that your son is here. Because it's crucial that you understand this. All right? Everybody looking at me now? Okay? When you get in the huddle, you're going to look at the quarterback. When anybody's ever talking, you look at the person that's talking. Show respect to that person, and we move on. Because that's what football is all about. That is what football does. There's no other greater game in the world. No other greater game in the world. Because it teaches you how to be accountable to yourself, to the guy next to you, to your parents, to people in the stands, and so forth and so on. It's very, very unique. And that's what we try to instill. Okay, that's what we try to instill. All right? What I'm going to do here now is I'm going to introduce the coaching staff. All right? Then I'm going to introduce Brian Brohm. Then when we break from there, parents, I'd appreciate it if you could stay here for a few minutes after that, and I'll give you a little bit more of an orientation while they go out and stretch. All right? All right, fellas, you lined up there, man? Not in any particular order. All right? Well, these coaches are all they're college coaches as well as some high school coaches. Most of them are college coaches. All right? We got Steve Potter from Bethany College, a defensive line coach. All right? Joseph Lorenzo, I can't Florencio, okay, from St. Thomas More, O-line. Right? Okay. Dante Cook from Marian University, defensive line. Guy Ahmet, Hamlin University, defensive line. Scott McConnell, Hargrave Military Academy, a wide receiver coach. Right? Richard L. from Marian University, defensive back coach. Paul Washington from Marian University, running back coach. Got Josh Wissing from Valparaiso University, quarterback coach. You got Jake Wissing, DePaul University, offensive line. I'm sure you can figure that one out, all right? You got Martin Mathis from Marian University, a linebacker coach. All right? Now these people, what they're going to do is they are going to teach your son over and over and over and over. That's the only way you can learn to play this game. Now we will scrimmage. We won't scrimmage for a couple days now, but we will have some inside middle drills because we're just not going to throw them out there to scrimmage for any particular reason. Scrimmaging, teamwork takes a little bit of time, right? We will be scrimmaging. That's what this is all about. It's like a golfer that goes out and all he does is go to the driving range, and that's all he does. Well, the way you learn to play the game is you got to go out and play the game. That's what we believe in terms of full contact. That's the best way to learn the game, right? That's why I'm sure why you're here. As parents, there are going to be times that your son he's going to question whether it's worth it. Push him through it. Push him through it. Because it's teaching him a lot of things that later in life are going to be hard. You know what I'm talking about, a lot of different things. All right? I want to introduce a friend of mine. Used to be a friend of mine, but now he's more of a friend of mine, all right? That's Brian Brohm, okay? Brian is right here from Louisville, all right? Let me tell you a little story about Brian, and he'll get a chuckle out of this because he's the one that gets the last laugh, all right? I come to Kentucky, and we go try to recruit Brian Brohm, all right? I mean, we're bringing out the kitchen sink. We're recruiting. I'm in his home. We're in the home. He's to the games. I mean, I see him play basketball, practice basketball, the whole thing, and we're doing the best we possibly can. The problem is his brother's the quarterback coach here. His dad was a terrific player here. He's even coached here. I mean, so the odds were against us, all right? Little do I know that I should have taken that into account. Good luck, Brian. You know, we kept battling, and then at the end, he decided to go to Louisville, which was a great decision for him. Right? I needle him now because he did beat us, and he was quite a player, a terrific player. But something unique about Brian, fellas, listen to me. When he was 7 years old. You know where he was sitting?
On the couch with the TV.
Nope, that is the wrong answer. That is why he is not where he was what? In a camp, just like you people. He was in exactly the same position. If you have the desire to go on and play college football, and maybe in the National Football League, who knows, then you do exactly what you're doing right now. That's pretty good, fellas.